Well, just in case you're wondering if the new Democratic Congress will fund a wall along our southern border, we have an answer. The incoming Speaker of the House has cleared it up. No chance, says Nancy Pelosi. Walls don't work, she explains. And more than that, they're wrong, morally wrong. Watch.
Most of us, speaking for myself, consider the wall immoral, ineffective. He also promised Mexico would pay for it. So even if they did, it's immoral still.
Now, if you're familiar with how things work in Washington, you may be wondering, when did morality begin to play such a central role in the legislative process? And the answer is the day that Nancy Pelosi got ordained. Pelosi is now an archbishop in the Church of Progressive Sanctimony. Her spiritual gift, hectoring. Listen to her preach.
What the president did was unconstitutional and indeed, in my view, immoral. It is a moral issue. This is a moral challenge. Immoral, unconstitutional, incompetent, short-sighted, and immoral. Our moral responsibility. We have a moral responsibility to the next generation. It's just a reflection of the weak moral authority.
Weak moral authority. That is not a problem for St. Nancy. Her moral authority is absolute. She is a good person. You, unfortunately, are not. So pay attention as she explains once again, a border wall is immoral. Well, fine. Far be it for us to question the command of an archbishop. We'll take her at her word. God hates walls. But wait, if walls are immoral, what about fences? Obama seemed to like them.
The bill before us will certainly do some good. It will authorize some badly needed funding for better fences and better security along our borders, and that should help stem some of the tide of illegal immigration in this country.
Better fences, says Obama. That sounds immoral. And what about Israel's security wall? It's big and real and very effective. Pelosi supported it, actually. She voted for a resolution defending that wall from UN condemnation. It's confusing. It must have been before her conversion. But now that walls are definitely immoral, a few obvious theological questions arise. What about doors and locks? How about hedges or security systems or airport checkpoints or anything else that's specifically designed to keep some people out? What about the gate in front of Pelosi's weekend house? Is St. Nancy against all of that? Of course not. Republicans often say the left opposes borders. We've said that many times, but it's not quite true. In their own lives, Democrats are all for exclusivity. They're not in a hurry to resettle refugees on Martha's Vineyard, for example. They just oppose America's borders. America is a sinful nation, they tell us. We can only atone for those sins by giving what we have to the entire world. So there's a lesson here for Republicans. The president got elected by promising a border wall. People wanted that. They voted for him. The president pledged that in almost every speech he gave.
I'm going to build a wall, and it's going to be a real wall, a big wall, a strong wall. Nobody's coming through unless it's legal. Nobody. It's going to be a real wall, not a toy wall like we have right now. Don't worry, folks. We're going to be building the wall.
Well, Paul Ryan never wanted a wall. Pelosi has made it crystal clear that Democrats will never build one. They'd rather have the country fall apart first. In fact, they've already made that decision. America's middle class is dying. The border goes unsecured. The next 3 weeks are the final chance Republicans will have in a long time to keep their promise on the wall. It wouldn't be easy to do it, but it wouldn't be impossible. There's precedent for it. Democrats lost the House in 2010, and in the short window before the Republicans took back the House, in the lame duck period, Barack Obama got quite a few of his priorities into law. Democrats repealed the military's ban on gay service members, affirmed a nuclear treaty with Russia. They even passed Michelle Obama's school lunch bill. So Republicans could fund a wall before turning back the House. They could have done it at any point in the past 2 years. They just don't really want to. Keep that in mind.